Hope you're doing well. You've always played multiple positions in your career. How much are you looking forward to focusing on just one, and how much do you think that will benefit you as you're learning linebacker positions here?
I feel like it's great to finally just stick to one position and just like put all my talents into that one position. Like I mean, in high school it was fun being able to play all those different positions, but finally like being able to get a rest and like all that stuff, like it's great to actually like get a rest and just put all my talents into that one position, just be the best player I could be.
You ultimately came pretty far from home all the way across the country. I guess what was it about Florida State that made you comfortable in making that pretty sizable move?
I for sure say the coaching staff, like just between all the coaches, Coach Norvell, Fuller, Shannon, like everybody just like felt like home to me. And especially when I came out here for a game, I got to see the Warchant for the first time in person, and I knew right there then it was just different at Florida State. So I feel like just the home field overall is really what made me take the jump over here.
Yeah, Blake, has there anyone that since you got into campus that you've been talking to and getting advice from at your position or just in general from the defense?
I say one person that's kind of helping me out overall is Tatum. Like he's always like I sit next to him in the meetings, and anytime I have a question or something, I just ask him real quick, and he helps me understand more of all that stuff. And then obviously like Coach A-Rod, he always like check in with him if I ever have a question with anything else. But besides that, I think those two are like the main people that help me out.
You obviously had a lot of success on offense, though, as well. You don't think you're going to miss that at all, carrying the ball? And how much fun was that, getting to do that in high school?
Well, I mean, I'm for sure miss playing running back. That was something that I played my whole life. So, I mean, it's going to be a little bit changed, but I feel like me finally being able to focus on one position is the best thing for me at this level. Obviously, the coaches know more than me, so they know what they're doing with me. But, of course, I'm going to miss it, but I think it's just for the better.
I want to take you back to your youth. When you first started playing sports, how old were you? What sports did you play? And then how did you settle into football?
Well, I mean, I started playing sports since like I want to say like the first grade at least, or probably even before that. Honestly, I don't even like probably like preschool to be honest. I used to play soccer for a little bit, and then like I quit that after a while, and then I started to play. My main sport for a long time when I was like a little kid, I was mostly playing baseball at the time, and then probably around like third grade, that's when like football really started like be like my main sport. Like that was my first year playing was third grade, and like just from there, like it was just different. Like being able to go out there on the field and make plays, be able to hit somebody. I feel like just after that first year, like that was like my main sport. And I noticed that like football, that was like the sport I was best at compared to everything else. Also, I played like basketball up until like my freshman year, and I just decided, yeah, I'm just gonna focus on football, try to excel here.
I guess evaluating yourself, I guess what do you how do you evaluate your skill set at linebacker? What do you think are maybe your strengths of your game playing the position?
I think my main strength is probably my speed, to be honest, being able to play sideline to sideline. I feel like now that's a big thing with linebackers now, and also the ability to like to cover just be able to cover tight ends, running backs, wide receivers, and stuff like that. And I feel like that's like one of the main parts of the game now as a linebacker is being able to drop in coverage. So yeah.
Can you kind of give us an idea of how different in terms of like the mental aspect of it is from like what you did in high school, what your assignments were in high school versus like what you're learning now in terms of like what their playbook looks like and the responsibilities?
I mean, it's very big difference for me, a very big jump. Like before, like high school is all like basic stuff, like like either man, cover 3, cover 4, stuff like that. But like now, like you really got you got so many different sets you have to remember, And it's something I'm still adjusting to, but I know I have enough time, and I know that after a while I'll be able to understand the whole playbook. But it's definitely like a big jump from high school to college, like being able to like the different sets they're in and just everything. It's way different, but I know I'll pull through with it all.
What are your personal goals for this season? Ability to contribute, maybe as a true freshman. Have you considered like what it would take to get on to the field and how you can help out?
I never really have like personal goals or anything like that. I kind of just like be the best player I could possibly be. You know, go out there every day, give it my all, and I feel like if I just do that, then I'll be a great player. Just as long as I have faith in myself, that I'll be good.
Hey Blake, welcome to Tallahassee. What size are you looking to get to? What does Coach Storms have you planned for the upcoming season? Is there a certain weight you want to get to?
For me, I feel like I've always wanted to kind of get towards 225. I feel like that's always like a good linebacker size, like not too big, not too small. Especially like being able to like drop into coverage and stuff. I feel like that's a good weight because I'm trying to gain weight, but I'm also trying to maintain my speed at the same time. So I think 225 is a good goal to shoot for.
Blake, being from California and visiting here, I mean, do you think you have a good feel for just how important football is to folks in Florida and the South, and how excited are you to be part of, I guess, that kind of environment?
I'm very excited to be part of that environment. Like I definitely noticed the difference when I came out here for like my first like actual game. It was a game against Clemson, and I really just got to see like kind of how football is down here, and it's like for sure different. Just like being out there, all the fans are all into the game and stuff like that. You could tell like they really are like into the game. Like it's like to me like I can't even, like it's hard to explain, but like it's just different for me, and especially like when I visited here compared to other programs, like it just stood out.
Were there a lot of NFL linebackers that you've watched or either patterned your game out after or just admired?
I feel like Fred Warner for sure is like one of the, like, in my opinion, he's like probably the best linebacker. So, and plus he's on 49ers, I'm a 49ers fan as well. So I feel like him, that's a good person to kind of match your game after, and that's who I watch.
In terms of, I have two, if it's okay. One is your family and friends in California. How did they feel about you coming out here?
I feel like they all were excited for me. I mean, of course, I'm gonna miss them, especially being like a 6-hour flight away from them. But in the end, it's all for the better. Like they support me in everything I do. They know that this is the best spot for me. So overall, they've supported me throughout everything, and everything's been great so far. So.
Second question is, linebackers are a position of physicality. Obviously, you like the hitting aspect of football. You mentioned that. Can you talk a little bit about that aspect of the game of football that you like and where you think you're at in that?
I feel like just in football, I feel like I'm just out there, and I'm out there like to make plays. Like I always like making plays. It's just something I've always done, and I don't know. It's just like a place. It's like my piece, basically. Like that's how football is to me. I feel like a lot of other people that play the game can relate to that. It's just kind of like all like everything going on like in your life. It kind of just goes out the window like when you're out there in football field. So it's kind of like just like therapy and like peace for me. So I'm out there making plays and stuff that really just like makes me happy.
Hey, Blake, I know you played a lot of offense and defense in high school, but special teams is a good entry point for college freshmen. Have you and the coaches talked about special teams, and maybe what kind of impact can that give you just to get some playing time?
We haven't really like discussed like specifically about all that stuff, but I mean like when we do like our special teams like a unit, like I'm like in the middle for like kick return and stuff like that, but we haven't really went into like detail about all that yet.
what is what was Coach Shannon like as a recruiter, and then what's he been like since you've been here?
I feel like Coach Shannon for sure is like, I don't know, like my relationship with him throughout the entire process, it was like, I think it was better than everybody else because like Florida State, like they actually have, like I feel like they evaluate their players and they like really like trying to find what's like the best fit for them. So for me, like when he was recruiting me, like I was talking to him for a very long time. I say probably like a month or two. Probably even longer than that, but I mean, longest time I was waiting, I was like, man, when am I gonna get this? When am I gonna get this offer? This is that, you know what I mean? But it's for sure different because like instead of just like handing out offers to like the top linebackers and stuff like that, they really get to know you, and I feel like that says a lot about the program that they want like hand-selected people, and that's what Coach Norvell always say. And I just feel like as a person, he's like, not everything with him is about football. Like he wants to like connect with you on a personal level, figure out like more about your life. So instead of just like football 24/7, he actually like kind of gets to know you more as a person and like just basically has the best interest for you.
All right. Thanks, Blake.
All right, thank you.